Welcome back, you beautiful fucks. It's me, Danny, and today we're doing another video. Let me put my headphones on so I can actually hear what I'm saying. Well, I mean, I have a mouth and ears, but, it's very complicated with me. Anyway, today's a special video. We're looking at all the Gyaos figures. I almost said this is my last Gamera figure video, but it's not. I said to do the other Showa fellas, but today we're just looking at Gyaos. And the reason why Gyaos gets his/her own video is because Gyaos extends from the Showa era all the way to the Heisei era, which is not much, but still. So that's why I gave this creature its own video. So right up first, we got the 8-inch Bandai Showa Gyaos from the movie Gamera vs. Gyaos. I'm going to say Gyaos a lot in this video, so my throat's already hurting. This is a great figure. It has, so if you've seen like some of the Bandai 8-inch figures from the past, like the old ones from like the early 90s and maybe even the 80s if they were made back then, like they have like a shiny paint to them, almost borderline glittery paint. And that Gyaos definitely has it. But this one right here that just popped up, this is from the Memorial Box, the 6-inch Gyaos. Very similar. And I believe they just call it Gyaos, but this is actually the space version of Gyaos, also known as Space Gyaos. How clever. So, again, it's from the Memorial Box, the Gamera Memorial Box, and they gave it a very nice color. Again, I might be wrong here. Don't quote me. I'm not the most reliable source, but I'm pretty sure they refer to it as Gyaos, but they decided to make it Space Gyaos colors. I should also say this. I don't have the newest release of the Showa Gyaos that just came out from the Bandai Movie Monster series. I do plan to get it though, and eventually I'll show it off. But today we're looking at the original releases that they have. And all these figures are pretty great. Some of the articulation is definitely a little bit limited, but it's okay. I still like these. I mean, I like them, but I smacked them around apparently. So now we're entering the Heisei era when it comes to Gyaos. This one's unique. So this is like the baby Gyaos, I think you could say. It's the mini one from Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, the first movie in the Heisei trilogy. So this is the smaller Gyauses that are attacking, like the smaller animals, the one that eats the dog. How sad. But one thing I noticed, and I really didn't pick up on this in the movie, it could just be something for the figure. So they did these mini Gyauses here. The same, almost a very similar color scheme to Space Gyaos, while keeping the original colors for the larger Gyaos, the same colors from the Showa era, if that makes sense. If you're picking up what I'm putting down here. See what I mean? Like, very similar colors, maybe a little bit darker on the Heisei era, but it seemed to carry over. Maybe, again, that could just be Bandai doing this for the figures, but who knows. It's just something I picked up on. I thought it was pretty nice. Alright, so this is the newest version of Gyaos from Bandai in terms of the Heisei series, and I'm going to be honest, I do not like this figure. I've said recently that Bandai has done a really good job with a lot of the Gamera figures in their recent releases. This is not one of them. Compared to what we've had in the past, especially in the Heisei era figures that they've released, this is not, like, it's too plasticky, too smooth for compared to what they've done in the past. And again, maybe it's because this is one of the earlier re-releases for Gamera, or it's not even a re-release, it's a whole new mold, so maybe that's why. And then the molds that came after for the other kaiju were better, but this is too smooth. And you'll see in a second here, this is supposed to be the adult Gyaos, by the way, 6-inch form, and we'll see we'll compare it in a second. You'll see the 8-inch version of the adult Gyaos, and you'll see why I don't really like this. Even just looking at the past ones that have come out, it's just not that detailed. Articulation is kind of what you expect. Again, very limited, so it's on par, but, it could have been better. And there's something I have to complain about, another thing I guess I have to complain about in a second. It's not, again, I want to say this, it's not bad if you don't have one. It's great to have representation in your collection. So if you don't have an adult Gyaos, then it's great to have. It just, since I have several of them, it's just me being a little nitpicky. So don't mind me. Like what you like. If you like it, that's great. This right here, though, we're taking a quick break. This is actually the same figure, except I customized it to look like Titanus Camazotz from the Monsterverse. The wings could have been better, but overall, I actually like how this figure came out. I took a feather and glued it. Well, I actually bought a whole pack of feathers. Now I needed one to glue it. Okay, so here, rewinding. Here's the complaint I had. If you look, the way the weight of the figure kind of causes his feet to kind of fold or split a little bit, which hopefully it won't get worse over time. It probably won't. It'll be fine here, but you can tell that the original Gyaos figure I have here, his feet split. So just another complaint I had. You know, like I said, that's just how I feel about the figure, but don't mind me. You know, it's my opinion. But this guy right here, this is Bandai's original 8-inch Gyaos figure from the Heisei series, the adult version. And this is fantastic. I love this figure. It has to be one of my favorite 8-inch Bandai figures, and maybe even up there as one of my favorite Bandai figures ever. This is fantastic. The detail, the paint, the scaling, the articulation on this figure. Although, you know, it's still not a movie monster series, but still a Bandai figure, so it's not a lot, but still nice. I love this figure, and just looking at that, look at the shine. Again, it has a little slight glossy look to it. Maybe not even slight, just it's glossy, straight up. But the paint is amazing, detail is fantastic, and the wings move. So I look at this, look how threatening that looks. It's like a bat, like getting ready to fight you, which is exactly what Gyaos is. Except he'd probably just eat you, except that he does. His head moves a little bit, not too much, and his legs move as well. So I put him in a nice little pose here. I like this pose so much, I kind of want to pose him like that on my shelf. Although I'm afraid of what could happen to the plastic over time, sitting at that angle. But it's just fantastic. Here's an art. So here's that, you know, comparison. Night and day, in my opinion. But overall, an average. These figures are great. Like I said, I love the Showa era ones. I definitely adore the newest version of the Heisei, or not the newest version, the original 8-inch Heisei one. And I like how my Camazotz came out. So even, you know, aside from maybe the newest release for the Heisei series, these figures get a thumbs up. So I like them. But let me know what you guys think. If maybe you love the newest release, maybe you hate it too. Maybe you don't like any of these figures. Maybe you don't like Gamera. Maybe you love Gamera. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I'm trying to think what I'm doing next. I think, okay, so next should be the Showa era Gamera figures. And that should be, now I'm not going to say that's my last Gamera figure because there's still more Gamera figures coming out. So, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, I also have a Super Mecha Godzilla figure from Super 7 coming out next week. So stay tuned for that. Actually, no. I said that because I'm recording this the week before. That video should be out yesterday if I'm doing my schedule right. I'm getting mixed up. This is what happens when you record in advance, but it helps so much. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you all take care, and I'll see you all next time.